So can you guys go look into the camera and state the band you're in and your names and what you play?
Well, we are the band Psychostick.
Mustache? No. Sideburns? No. Goatee? Maybe. Beard?
I am the guitarist. My name is Josh.
I'm the drummer, and I'm Alex.
Yeah.
Lots of X's today for some reason.
I also want to ask you guys, what musicians influenced you guys into playing your respective instruments? First of all,
You go first.
Well, the one on the cameraman's arm, Travis Barker from Blink-182, huge influence. For me, like the drummers from Meshuggah, Dylan Druski, Plan, Machine Head. I mean, there's a ton of them.
all great bands.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Meshuggah and Machine Head fans.
And I grew up on Brain from Prime. Well, all the drummers from Primus.
Because it's Primus.
Yeah, that's what made me want to play music in the first place. Was seeing Brain for the first time in '99, I believe it was.
He's a damn good drummer.
Like if you can keep up with Les Claypool, you're doing something right.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
What's the name of that instructional video he has? Like shredding Rebus on the Nar
That's exactly right.
That's a crazy
That's how I
exercise,
learned how to play drums.
Nice.
That one and the Neil Peart one.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but the one where they did Test for Echo, start to finish. It was like a double VHS.
Very cool.
You watched you learned from a.
That's
Neil
how I
Peart?
started playing drums.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never heard you listen to Rush before.
I'm not a. Don't tell me, but I'm not a Rush fan.
I'm just taking that part out, guys.
I'm a Neil Peart fan. I'm not necessarily a Rush fan.
And how about yourself, sir?
Oh, well, myself. Let's see. Dimebag Daryl. Respect.
Rest in peace.
Respect.
Yes.
Loved his riffage and like just his soloing is still some of my favorite.
Oh,
like because he's so creative, you know.
Yeah,
It's like it's just fun to listen to his solos. They're expressive, you know. And then they're let's see. I really liked Rich Ward from Stuck Mojo.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic guitarist.
Great-
Just I
great
love
band, yeah.
like great riffage. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
great riffage. Dream Theater is a big one for me.
Really?
Actually.
That's one that I would not have called for Psychostick.
Drummer from Big Tree. Now I know that a lot of people like for the same reason that like they don't like Rush, they don't like the singer, because they but it doesn't bother me. I think it works, you know, like, but it's just those freaking Mike Portnoy, Captain Drum Badass, you know.
Right,
Well,
right.
when he was still with them at least
Yeah,
before
exactly, yeah.
Vince Sevenfold, and of course John Petrucci. You know,
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I actually one of my warm-ups is actually a John Petrucci exercise that I got from a video.
Oh, very
It's
cool.
really like, but one more. What do you say?
Did I tell you I went to NAMM a few years ago? I don't forget what it's called exactly, but I went to NAMM and John Petrucci had a line of people to go meet him, and it was like 50 people. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
And it's like
I almost met him.
when there's a line for you at NAMM, which is like everyone in there is somebody. There's
Everybody.
still a line for you, you know. Like
Saying something, yeah.
I can't freaking believe it. Another this is an unusual influence for me, but actually drum corps, DCI, specifically the Blue Devils and the Madison Scouts. So just like it's just this like that's a level of just perfection that I just haven't seen duplicated many times, because where else are you gonna get like 100+ people to work on 10 minutes of music and a performance of the music like 12 to 14 hours a day for months on end?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's like tight as you can fucking get it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like and they're all like, you know, under 21 and they're just badasses.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like they go on to like just be leaders of their field. So it's just like this little lesser known area of music that not a lot of people know a lot about, but like it turns out just badasses.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, badasses. You know, like I heard that Vinnie Paul used to play in a drum corps. I'm not sure. I heard that
I believe
rumor though.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It
You know?
sounds like, I mean, the way he plays,
Yeah, like I'm not sure if that's true. I need to, you know, we have internet now. Last time I thought about it was before the internet, so I need to look it up and confirm that rumor or not. Y'all should too. Check the facts. Don't believe everything you see on the internet or read. But that's those are the major influences. Oh, and wait, Weird Al.
They have the same birthday and the same name as Weird Al. October 23rd, Weird Al was born. And me.
Because Weird Al is
Meant to be.
amazing. I'm actually glad you brought up Weird Al and you said Primus earlier, because that brings up my next question. Comedy rock or comedy metal bands tend to just be very
Bad?
Bad, yeah. He said it, not me.
Oh, we've played with a few of them. Oh, we know.
Since he brought it up, that was my next question. Because you guys are a comedy metal band, but my camera.
We're the
man
only
and I-
comedy metal band.
Well, I'll cut that part out. No. Psychostick is the only comedy metal band that we can actually like sit down and actively listen to. That's it.
Yeah.
Psychostick's not like that. So.
I'm glad. I love hearing that, and I've heard it a bunch of times, and it never gets fucking old because like that's what we aim for. It's like we want to deliver something that's good and stands alone, just besides relying on the fact that it's funny, like it as a crutch. It's like no, it's like an addition, to what the music we just wanted to write. It's just like we just wanted to make it funny as a vehicle because we're just weirdos. But we love good music, We want to write good music.
Yeah.
I don't want to write shit. I want to write good stuff,
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's like if you didn't know what the words are, you'd still be banging your head, Like
Right,
so
exactly.
that's the goal. So don't appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
You get it.
I get it totally.
See, that's how you get it.
Yeah, that's how you.
Where are you guys from individually?
Complex question.
I got all the time in the world.
Now let's start where it starts. And Rob and the singer Rob and myself, we went to high school together in Odessa, Texas.
Okay.
And the band was originally supposed to be called Asinine. And then for a lot of reasons, like we both ended up in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
That's where I met him. Through an ad in the Phoenix New Times.
Phoenix New Times. Yep.
It's like the local publication that had I remember going to a Guitar Center and being like, hey, new town, trying to start a band. We're trying to find a drummer and bassist.
That's where you found the New Times ad? Was it Guitar Center?
It was, no, it wasn't. It's another little small music shop. It was not Guitar Center now I think about it. It's a small little shop, but they're like, oh,
We're
check
learning
out
all kinds of stuff.
I know.
Right, yeah.
There's always something. This is like they're like, check it out. There's a classified there, and like put some ads in there. Got some serious duds, and then read his ad. Said must have sense of humor, and like influences Blink-182, Slipknot, Bloodhound Gang, and was it Eve 6?
Green Day, I think.
Green Day. Yeah, I was like,
I was thinking about drummers that I like. I was like Trey Cool. He's a
Oh
really
yeah,
good
yeah.
drummer too.
it's like must have sense of humor.
Primus
I think
is
this
in
is
there.
our
I know
guy.
that.
That's. It sounds like a hard mix to find. You got, like,
It is.
The
That's what I
comedic and
wanted.
The metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play exactly one style only all the time. I want to have some diversity, have some fun with it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
But and we went through a few bassists. Our current bassist Matt, who's been with us longer than any other bassist by a long shot, we met him through Billy Reimer of Dillinger Escape Plan,
Very
the
cool.
drummer.
Wow.
He had been talking with him, and we had our last bassist quit, and we needed another bassist. So he reached out.
It's like, hey, do you know anybody? And he gives me his phone number through a Facebook Messenger. This wasn't even on the phone. He gave me his phone number. I'm like, oh, the guy from Dillinger gave me his phone number. It's like, I got your guy. Call me right now. So I gave him a call, and super nice on the phone. And then right after that, I guess he called Matt, woke him up. And this is right after Matt was finishing his bachelor's at UMass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was wrapping that up, and he didn't know what he was going to do next. And so rather than get a job and have a traditional kind of life,
Right.
he's like, all right, I'll just go on tour instead.
Thanks for the mechanical engineering degree, Mom, Dad. I'm gonna go play music and wreck my life.
But when Billy called Matt, he asked him, can you play the bass part for Psychostick? He's like, no. What are you talking about? It's like, no, you're gonna do it. Don't embarrass me.
He was a guitarist at the time. He learned to play bass to join this band.
Yeah.
That's really cool though.
But he had a good sense of rhythm. That's what we
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
We we have like some weird odd time signature shit and stuff
Yeah.
in there, and like a lot of really great musicians just can't do anything besides 4/4.
Hell yeah.
And that's fine for a lot of bands.
But
Just-
like we
it's
we
not
like to
much
do
better.
weird shit. I mean, when you do stuff like Obey the Beard when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, you need to make it work on phone. It's like that's one of the weirdest things ever written.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember like sitting like, what the fuck? It's like taking speech. It's like literally just taking speech and then writing out the notes. It's like, okay, it's 3/16 notes, and then like a 16-note rest, and then like upbeat, and just like I don't even know what time signature it was. Like
I remember
11:32.
I remember you gave me the demo for that song. I was trying to, here's the song, here's the final version. And I get to that part, I'm like, oh,
What do I put here?
all right, Can you just show me how to do that? Because I don't want to listen to it 15 times in a row. And we slowed it down. And you're like, like, thanks.
My band, I hate my bandmates and they hate me for writing shit like
You
that.
gotta write some
awesome.
interesting
It's
stuff
great.
though, yeah. And that's like we were talking about earlier. That it's anybody who does like comedy metal or comedy in anything other than just straight comedy, you have to be good enough to actually like be that funny. Because if you're like, if you put too much emphasis on the comedy but not enough towards the actual music, I think it just falls flat no matter what.
You need
There's no
balance.
saving it.
Yeah. No, it's like, thing is that like we get asked this a lot. It's like, why didn't you start a serious band? It's like, we didn't want to.
Right.
We could
There's a
have.
million serious bands.
Exactly.
We do actually have a side project called Evacuate Chicago that he wrote his music on. It's fucking dark. It's the members of Psychostick, except it's dark, but we call it something
$10 merch booth.
$10 merch booth. Yeah.
That way.
Nice plug there, guys.
Yeah, I think right. It's a great record. But like, so we did that, but we wanted to do the funny thing. That's
Right.
like what our aim was. It's like I just wanted a fucking funny metal CD, man.
What's
I
wrong
tried
with
to
that?
find. I tried to find it. Like at the time, like the closest I could find was Snot. Yeah.
We pause you there because you do not know how happy you just made. I have a snot tattoo on my collarbone.
I got Jamie endorsed with Silver Fox drumsticks at one point.
You
Wait a moment.
don't hear the band Snot mentioned very often, and they're very,
Yeah.
very, very underrated.
Oh, fantastic,
Yeah.
man. But like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like it looked like, or it's in the song titles, and the legs like this looks like a funny album, you know. And there's some funny parts, but overall, it's
Overall,
it's still a
wasn't.
dark. There's some fucked up shit
Oh,
on
yeah,
there, you know.
yeah.
Like there's some funny stuff. Too. It's like I just want an album that's all funny and heavy the whole way through, you know.
Right.
But it wasn't there, so we had to make it. So I just wanted the album. I didn't expect anybody to actually like it. Like, here we are.
guys, yeah.
We played 1,000 shows. We played in the UK twice. We're gonna go back to the Canada for the 4th time
Nice.
on this little tour right here. Like, we're about to put what album are we on? 5 or 6? I don't even.
No one knows.
Losing count of how many albums we've done.
Nobody knows.
It's like there's hundreds of people in there like to see what we do. Like, what the fuck? I feel like we're getting away with something, you know?
Right.
We're gonna figure it out someday.
Is that moment you kind of got to step back and look at your life like, this is really happening? Like,
Oh yeah,
Like-
it's weird. If there's one way I describe Psychostick, it's just fact is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many weird stories being in this band. We have a discount card for Party City. We bought so much shit at Party City that they started giving us like a little business discount card where we get like 10-50% off all of our purchases.
I didn't even know you could get like stuff like that actually existed, you know?
No, I didn't either.
Yeah.
Until we like bought like we went in and bought out every sombrero that they had like for every month they come in. It's like, how come we can't get the sombreros in stock here?
Those damn guys from
those
Psychostick.
guys go, hey, you can order this online and get it for cheaper. I think I see their game now.
Nice. That kind of reminds me, just a couple of months ago, I actually seen Green Jelly or Green Jello
Nice.
for the
Yep.
diehard fans for the first time.
We toured with them once.
Did that
We're supposed
again
to-
comes to my next question?
We were the band for what, 2 shows?
Yeah, actually
We played as the band.
Oh, I know.
It's-
That's awesome.
It was fun.
for like a couple songs at least. It is a long story why it's like on that tour he was having some trouble, so like they had some bus problems, so like he just hopped in a van and toured in a van for like 3 or 4 shows, and we just replaced his band for just those shows, so
Nice,
we were his
okay.
band. But on a couple of songs, like he had the guy in the other backup band like sing, so
Yeah.
he wasn't even singing on that, so he had one of us singing. So we're all hubbers like this is all Psychostick guys except
Rob played bass.
Rob's playing bass, and our bassist is singing. Like, it's weird.
And the sound
Good
guy
for
on the tour was playing guitar for
Yeah.
one of the songs.
Yeah, the sound guy of Nashville Pussy, who was also on that tour. He was like, he was playing second guitar. It was just like, it's just like, it's one of those things. It's like, is this really happening? Man, this
It was like
That's
a bunch
weird,
of
man.
friends
That's
like,
weird.
we'll just go jam.
It's amazing though.
what is going on right now? It's like if you would have like gone back and told like 13-year-old me, it's like, hey, guess what you're gonna be
Yeah,
doing
right.
15 years from now? Huh? You know?
And it was like,
Like, how could you believe
weird
that?
show in
I know.
like, Reno, Nevada or something too. So
Oh
it was just
yeah, I remember that.
really
show.
strange. Just a
Yep.
strange night.
I met Bill Manspeaker. He is a very unique individual. Awesome.
He's
Like
funny.
again,
Yes,
as
he
a
is.
singer, one of my all-time influences for what he does. And I actually got to wear the pumpkin for a while in the show. And those things are unbelievably hot. So,
The
yeah.
big kid, he's just a big kid at heart.
Well, he lives.
fun.
Doesn't he live above a toy store in California? I believe it is.
Oh, but
Which
this
doesn't
place
surprise
is
me.
practically a toy store.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He has like 10 arcade games. He's got like every
Oh, yeah.
action figure you could imagine.
I was
Lots of
having.
balls.
We stayed at
Great
his
stuff.
house once,
Nice.
and I was having trouble finding a spot to lay down a little mattress or whatever, like a sleeping bag and all that.
Right.
I couldn't find room because there's toys everywhere. It wasn't junk. It wasn't like he's a hoarder or something. It's just
Right.
like there's toys everywhere, just stuff, action figures, arcades, like just
Nice.
wild, man.
That's cool though. And since we're talking about other bands, I wanted to also ask you guys, what bands have you met and or played with that you kind of had to like step back and like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually met. Like,
Go first.
I got to meet Dave McLean once
Nice.
when we were playing one of those Rockstar Mayhem festivals in St. Louis, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. He needed help moving his drum set. It was all one huge piece because it
Nice.
was this huge rack and everything. And Dave McLean's back there. He's looking around. I'm like, "You need help, dude?" He's like, "Yeah." And that was pretty much my entire interaction with him. When I helped him move his drum kit, I'm like, "You're one of my favorite drum." I didn't say it, but I'm like.
Right.
But it was cool. It was nice to meet him. It was really low key. I didn't geek out or anything, but it was like I was doing it internally.
Yeah.
When you meet somebody, when they meet
Yeah.
like a thousand people a
I get
day,
that.
it's just play it cool, and then you're their actual friend instead of being like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
exactly.
ah."
Yeah. It's,
So that was one of them.
meeting Lejean from the singer of Seven Dust.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
Man,
cool.
he's super cool, dude. Yeah, he like knows who our band is. It's like one of the. It's just like. And seen him several times since. He's like always super cool. I fucking love how he is with his fans. It's inspirational.
Yeah.
Really,
It's just
I have
always
not
cool
had a
as
chance
shit.
to meet him yet. So
He is just.
He's real, man.
really,
Yeah, it just you could tell that like he's not putting on a front. He just loves hanging out with his fans. You
Yeah.
know, like, and he hangs out like he's not hiding on the bus. He's like out and about. Like he's just and he doesn't have to be. It's like we've been doing this long enough to where like I see the point at which like bands start either getting overwhelmed or they become territorial about their personal space and
Yeah.
they start becoming reclusive.
I can see that.
And it makes sense like how it happens. It's like you think they're being dicks, but the truth is it's just like it's just harder and harder to get personal space.
Yeah.
So you have to get more and more defensive about it. But so I see that happen. It's like he doesn't have to be out there. He chooses to be, and you can tell he enjoys it too. It's just like,
Right.
yeah, it's refreshing, you know?
Oh yes, I go to a lot of shows, and I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of people that I never thought in a million years that I'd be able to meet. And I've got to that point where, like, I had that realization after, like, my first show, the first person I met, I really geeked out, and I was like, oh, you know. And then I realized like they probably get that all the time.
So you're like, it's just like, oh, calm down.
Like,
Can
you
I,
almost don't even want to meet that person at that point.
Can I share something? Like anyone listen? Like okay,
Please.
this is it. Since
Open forum.
I've been on both sides of the fucking fence. Okay, if you meet a dude in a band that you really look up to, talk about anything but his fucking band, and because that's what everyone wants to talk about. It's like he wants to. If you really want to be friends, like with a band member, talk to him like a friend. Like talk about what video games you like, what TV shows are you watching right now, what are you into. Like talk about anything but the band, and they'll be all
Like,
about.
oh, great.
It's like sweet. We're not talking about the band. Sweet.
I've had people come up to me like if you're at the bar or whatever. If I'm ordering a craft beer or something like, oh, and then they start talking about that. I'm like, oh, what do you know about the local beers or whatever? Yeah,
it's
just
like, oh,
anything.
cool. We're talking about beer. Sweet. And the thing is, like, I get it now. It's just like I spend so much of my life and my days just thinking about this band.
Right.
That I need a break from it. It's like, so imagine that you work a 12-hour shift and you come home and someone wants to talk about your job.
How was your day?
You know,
What'd you do today? Yeah.
and it's like, no, tell me in detail. What was it like? You know, like, it's like can we just talk? Can we just watch TV?
Right. Can
You know,
I
like,
do anything but that?
so yeah, just
Presentation.
so just talk about anything, and like usually you'll get a better response, you know. And then you can slip the band questions into too. It's kind of expected, but just don't dominate the conversation with. It's just a kind of a turn off, you know. It's like I always feel like it's like the conversation's gonna go one of two ways. It's like we're gonna have like, okay, I want to talk about this song and that song, and that's cool. That's what I'm here to do. But and I'll gladly do that, but you start talking about Game of Thrones. It's get a fucking drink, do this, you know, like, you know, it's like you'll see me light up, you know,
Right.
So just a little insider tip that I'd like to share.
And here I am interviewing them about their band, so I feel like a dick now. Thanks.
No.
You have a business reason to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Business.
We have a
Ah,
magazine.
business.
You have a purpose for that.
Purpose, exactly.
If we want to talk about Khaleesi, I'm all about that though.
Yeah. If you don't want to just talk about, are you stoked? Are you
I'm
pumped?
fucking pumped as
Are you
shit,
fucking
dude.
hyped?
Oh my god, it's
See?
so beautiful.
See, we're talking about something else
Hell
in the
yeah.
fucking interview. And we're like, this is see, watch me come alive.
Snow is the only Lord of the North there will ever be. I'm so fucking pumped.
King of the North.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm derailing conversation.
No, this is the part
We're going to talk. But let's face the interview.
Okay.
Got a job to do here.
Well, that was awesome. That's going to go in the video about that. Well, since he got to geek out for a minute, how about you? It's your turn to geek out.
I have a recommendation for aspiring touring musicians, actually, because you gave me an idea. Because you were talking about how to approach musicians if you're a fan or whatever, and you're really excited, but you don't want to overwhelm them and just like, oh god, I want to run away, that kind of thing. If you're on the other side of that and you're brand new to touring or you're brand new to playing shows, one thing that I do as an introvert, I'm not super outgoing typically, but if I'm in little spurts, I'm really good at it. So I've recognized that I'm much more effective as a diplomat? I don't know what you would call the word. But as a band member, I'm much more effective with people out there, with fans or whatever.
He's
I go in
a
little
damn
spurts.
good diplomat, I
I
gotta
go out
say.
for 5 or 10 minutes, meet a bunch of people, and then kind of slink away and go do something else outside, and then go in and out throughout the night, instead of forcing myself out of guilt to try to meet everyone all at once, and you just get completely overwhelmed and burned out, and then you don't want to be there anymore, and then touring sucks. So
Yeah, it's like, he's been doing that lately, and it does.
It works.
It does.
For
It
me-
does
for
work.
me, it
You know,
works.
it's like because as an introvert, you gotta recharge your batteries by getting away. It's hard to find alone time on the road.
yeah.
So,
No,
but
yeah.
but so you gotta kind of like be strategic with the energy.
yeah.
Strategic.
We spent a lot of time talking about the difference between introverts and extroverts.
Yeah.
Because we have both in the band.
Right.
In-depth conversations with a couple people,
It's fine. Yeah.
great. But superficial conversations with a whole bunch of people, that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it gets to and well, I think that's about it. Anything you guys want to talk about? Any new news coming up? Any show dates you want to announce?
We have a song about being introverted.
Yes, we do.
It's not out yet.
It's not out
You
yet.
can't hear
Well,
it.
that's a perfect,
Yep.
It's not even
segue.
finished yet.
We're
exactly, but
yeah, we've been in the studio, recording, writing, and like I don't want to like we have a new album coming spring next year. Spring is a target, but expect to hear some new shit from us before then, like because we're kind of trying to do a little of both, where like we can deliver the album, but we're also getting just like here's a funny cover song, or here's a funny little short deal we did, or here's a brand new song, like let's listen to it now. Why wait for the new album to like let you hear new shit? So we got stuff on the way, lots of it.
Stuff on the way. You heard it here first.